Hello dear students, hoping that all of you are doing well. So we are meeting for the first time to discuss one more subject, that is business studies. Okay, so first we will see business studies, and in that subject we are going to discuss about this third module. So I write here as this is our first meet for the subject business studies. So I take this as lecture 1, where we discuss about unit 3. Okay, third module, that is private, public and global enterprises. Okay, private, public and global enterprises. Hoping that all these concepts are somewhat changing in nature, where we find different features, advantages and limitations. Okay, among all these three enterprises, private, public and global enterprises, private and public enterprises are already concluded. Okay, so what is private enterprises? Meaning, features, advantages, different types. Okay, similarly, what is this public enterprises? Meaning, features, types, that also discussed. The remaining aspect is global enterprises. Okay, global enterprises, or we call it as even multinational corporations. Multinational corporations. So before I take up this global enterprises, so what is the concept of this global enterprises? What it includes? Features of global enterprises. Okay, because when we talk about any concept, it includes certain features. The concept what we are taking, that is the object, that is the phenomenon. So to describe that object, we need to understand certain features. We need to understand more about that object, more about that phenomenon. Okay, so whether it is private enterprises, public enterprises or global enterprises. If I say only the meaning of global enterprises, and if I conclude, it is something called as incomplete discussion. Rather, along with the concept of global enterprises, what it includes, what are the other things that are discussed under global enterprises. If I take that concept also, that aspect also, we say that is the complete discussion of the object. Correct? So bare global enterprises meaning heli ನಾನು conclude ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ incomplete ಆಗುತ್ತೆ discussion. ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ವಿತ್ 1 or 2 ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ಅಪ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್. ಹೋಪಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ದಿ globe. So what do we find in that globe? Just rewind your previous education life, primary, high school, okay, or higher primary, higher secondary education, where we came across this globe. Okay, so wherever we think of map, we thought of globe. Globe means somewhat where we find different nations. Okay, so all these different nations we can find at one particular place, that is globe. So global enterprises, initially the ultimate purpose of the businessman, whoever it may be, If I take X, Mr. X, okay, or you can take your own example. So initially what you think of, I need to start a business enterprise locally, local market. So just I am focusing on the local market. So I am finding some local customers and I feel that okay, I am giving service or I am producing the goods and I am meeting the requirements of these local people. But after a particular stage or at a particular point, you feel that as a businessman, there are some more customers who are thinking of my product, who are thinking of my services. So slowly you are expanding your business. So try to remember, earlier you concentrated on the local customers, local market, boundaries, frame of reference. Then you came to know that there are certain customers, not of local market, some other regions, they are also interested in your product, they are also interested in your services. Then you think of expanding your business. Okay, so you are thinking of expanding your business now from local market to region market, particular region you are selecting. Okay, again after satisfying all those customers of that region, you are finding that again there is demand for my products. Some other customers, they are thinking of my product, they are thinking of my services. So again you are expanding your business, you are diversifying your business. So you are focusing on national customers, domestic customers. Okay, the customers who are there in a particular nation. So you are focusing on those customers. Again you are finding that after meeting the requirements of the domestic customers, there are some customers outside the nation or in some other countries who are in need of your products, who are in need of your services. You have started your business from local market to regional market to domestic market. Again you are finding that again you are finding that there are some customers outside the nation, crossing the national boundaries. So they are interested in your product, they are also interested in your services. So again you are thinking of expanding your business from domestic markets to international markets or multinational markets or global markets, because you are crossing the national boundaries and you are thinking of different countries where you are finding that customers are there from different nations, from different countries who are ready to purchase your product, who are ready to get your services. Okay, so starting ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಒಂದು ಲೋಕಲ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾನೊಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಅವರ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಬೇರೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಲೊಕ್ಯಾಲಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಬೇರೆ ರೀಜನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು, ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಅವಾಗ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂದ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ರೀಜನಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬೇರೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟಿಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಇಡೀ ನೇಷನನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೋ ಅವರನ್ನು ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಅವರನ್ನು ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟಿಗೆ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯವರಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದವರಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶದವರು ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಏನು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಗೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಚಸ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ಏನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್, ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಗ್ಲೋಬನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀವೋ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳು, ದೇರ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್, their preference is different, and we are going through their taste, their preferences. According to that we are establishing our enterprises. So it is just like doing business in multi countries, in number of countries. That is called as global enterprises. So not only in the domestic nation, along with domestic nation, when we think of our enterprises in different countries, in different nations which are there on the globe, that is nothing but global enterprises. ಸೊ ಬರೀ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 10 years or 10 years ago or since 10 years we have been finding, we have been observing that the MNCs, multinational corporations or global enterprises, they are playing a vital role. We have so many examples. Taking from your small product to small services to large number of products or large number of services. We find many domestic countries, companies as well as foreign companies. Okay? So just you, when you get up early in the morning, starting from your toothpaste and brush till you go to bed at night, the particular commodities, the particular goods, the services, what you are getting. Okay, so not only the domestic products, domestic services, we are also getting global products, global services. I mean to say multinational companies products, multinational companies services. Now what is the reason for this? The reason for this is changing nature in the business environment. So there is massive change in the field of the business environment. So today we are not living in the local market or regional market. Today we are living in the global market. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಬರೀ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ if we need any product urgently, definitely we go through local markets only. But if I take the whole economy, the total customers who are there in the world, everyone is experiencing global products, global services. Okay, and we know best example is just we book some products, we place order for some products, we think of some services just by having the mobile applications. Just by finger click only I can order any products. So they take care of that. Okay, we know about online business, mobile business. Okay, so online business, no need to go to that particular shop personally, rather have that application in your smartphone. Just by finger click you can order any products. Within a week or within 2 weeks you are going to get the products. So if you are thinking of any services, just mouse click, you get your services. So why all these things are happening? Because of global enterprises. Along with the domestic enterprises, whether it is private enterprises or public enterprises, even global enterprises, multinational corporations, they are also meeting the requirements of the customers. Okay, and I can say that today we are living in the era of global market. Global market. We are aware of all the products of different companies which are situated, which have branches at different parts of the nation, different countries. Okay, so that is what the nature of global enterprises or multinational companies, where you are finding one enterprise in one particular nation and branches at different nations. That is called as global enterprises. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮಲ್ಟಿನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್? ಐ ರೈಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ global enterprises. Okay, so what are the features of all these global enterprises? Where we are thinking of the whole globe. Okay, globe. So whole globe is there. So we are meeting the requirement of all the different customers who are there in this globe. Okay, so this is called as global enterprise. So all these are different nations. Okay, so here is one enterprise. This is unique to in some other nation. So country 1, country 2, country 3, okay, country 4, country 5, country 6, country 7, country 8. So you have your enterprise here, number 1 in India. Okay, other enterprises in different nations, maybe here, or at any other place of the different nations. We call it as global enterprises. Okay, so what are the features of these global enterprises? So I take one by one. Huge capital resources. So one of the capital resources which we need when we think of global enterprises, because I am telling the concept features. What is global enterprises? Includes. Okay, so in global enterprises alli ಏನೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? One thing, huge capital resources. So why do we need these capital resources? So capital is the initial contribution, and we know that if we think of any new enterprises, if we think of starting any new enterprise, we need capital resources. So initially we need capital. So without capital we cannot think of expanding our business. We cannot think of diversifying our business. Now, because of the global enterprises, where we are thinking of participation of different countries, MNCs or companies, so when they are thinking of starting their enterprises, starting their companies in the particular nation, they invest like anything. Okay, now this is possible. You can think of investing like anything. Your capital resources, initial contribution, we call it as financial resources. Okay, because of global enterprises. Assume that you are there in India, okay, and you are thinking of starting your business enterprise in UK, in USA, in China, in Japan, Canada, any other countries. Okay, so you are going to invest there in UK, in US, in Canada, in Japan. So that is nothing but what you are investing, that is nothing but capital resources. So huge capital resources. We are thinking of starting our enterprises in different nations. At the same time, they are also thinking of investing the capital resources in our country, so that they can think of meeting the customers of different places. So you can meet the customers of Indian country, UK country, US country, or some other nations. And all these things are possible because of global enterprises, that is huge capital resources. Okay, and from these huge capital resources, we can think of different aspects. That is, maybe we can invest these capital resources in research and development, in technology of the particular nation or particular product, okay, or in diversifying the business, or for expanding the business. Okay, so that's what the nature of these capital resources. So So huge capital resources. It is possible because of global enterprises, or because of global enterprises we can think of huge capital resources, or because of multinational company business we can think of huge capital resources. Then number 2 we have foreign collaboration. Foreign collaboration. So what is foreign collaboration? Because of this concept, global enterprises, okay, because of multinational corporations, we can think of foreign collaborations. So what is this foreign collaborations? Okay, we can make, just assume that I am there in India and I have my business enterprise in India, because we are discussing the subject business studies. Okay, so I have my business enterprise in India. Now I am finding that there are more number of customers who are there in different markets, different nations markets, who are thinking of our enterprises products and our enterprises services. Now I am thinking of establishing my enterprises there. So I search for the foreign companies. That country's companies, so that I can make collaboration, something agreement. You know that, practical example I am giving. Earlier it was Hero Honda company. Now Hero is separate, Honda is separate. So Hero company is basically from India, Honda company is basically from Japan. So they made collaboration. Collaboration means they make an agreement for 5 years or 10 years. So what will be there in the agreement? You can market your products in that country also, in this country also. They can also market their products in that country also and in this country also, in India as well as in Japan. This is purely because of foreign collaboration. So they make an agreement, and all these agreement is legal in nature, valid in nature. And all these agreements are foreign collaboration. It is possible because of global enterprises. Okay, so ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾನೀಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, US ಅಥವಾ UK ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಕಂಪನಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಜೊತೆ ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು 5 ವರ್ಷನೋ 10 ವರ್ಷನೋ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಆ 10 ವರ್ಷ ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ತಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ವಿಸಸನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಫಾರಿನ್ ಕೊಲಾಬರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್, ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ 2, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫೀಚರ್. Then we have number 3, okay, I say advanced technology. Of course, because of multinational corporations, we can think of advanced technology. The technology which we do not have. I am talking this from the point of view of different nations, and I take initially our home country, India. I am there is in India, okay. So I am there in India, and some other countries are there. So because of global enterprises, we can think of advanced technology. The technology which is not there in our country, that we can have because of multinational companies. Because we have our parent company in India and subsidiaries in many nations, branches in many nations. We have our branch in UK, we have our branch in US, we have our branch in Japan. Okay, so if we do not have that technology, either to manufacture the product or to provide the service, that technology we can get from our subsidiaries. which are there in US, which are there in UK, which are there in Japan. So how this is possible? Because of multinational companies or because of global enterprises. Because we know the role of technology. Because present situation only we are experiencing this technology, and this COVID-19 made us to addict towards the technology. So whatever classes I am doing, that is nothing but the technology. I am taking the help of the technology. Okay, we are using the technology to record the classes and that will be sent to you. Again, you are using the technology so that you can go through all the lectures. So that's what the role of the technology. And if we need advanced technology, if it is there in home country, so now ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರಿ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ, ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಯು ಕೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಯು ಎಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜಪಾನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಸರ್ವಿಸನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಯು ಎಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಅಮೇರಿಕಾದಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಯು ಕೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಲಂಡನ್ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಜಪಾನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರೀಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅಥವಾ ಅವರಿಗೇನಾದರೂ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಬೇಕು, ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. Because all of we are doing the business under the one particular pool where we are finding domestic country, one enterprise in domestic country, then subsidiaries in different countries. So we can exchange anything, whatever we need. So ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಂದ ನಾವು ತಗೋಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. Okay, so all these things are possible because of multinational corporations or global enterprises. So that is point number 3. Then point number 4, we have product innovation. Product innovation. So what is the meaning of this term innovation? Hoping that you know this concept, innovation. Innovation means new ideas, new changes in the existing product. Okay, so suppose we have our enterprises in India where we are manufacturing this pen. At the same time, we have our subsidiaries in different nations. They are also marketing the same products, pen. Now, because of this global enterprises, multinational corporations, we think of product innovation, changing the product or identifying the new product or new established products, okay, or making or modifying the changes in the existing product. I tell you what is the reason for this. The reason for this is we know that we have different customers in our nation, and the customers who are there in UK, in US or in Japan, they have different taste and preferences. The products what we customers prefer in our country, that may not be the same what those people are preferring. Okay, and the products what they are preferring for in those countries, those products we may not prefer, because we know when we cross the particular geographical area, when we cross the particular boundaries of the nation, taste and preferences of the customers, it is going to change, and according to that we have to manufacture the product and we have to provide the services. Now, because of this reason, where we are finding different nations customers, where we are finding our branches at different places, we cannot stick to the same product which is of 10 years back product, which is of 20 years back product. Okay, so as and when we find changes in the generation, we need to think of new products, we need to think of innovative products, so that we can meet the customers of different places, customers of different countries. And this is possible because of global enterprises or multinational companies. Because we have our domestic or parent company here, we have subsidiaries at different places. So when they identify that there is a need of product innovation, we can think of advanced technology and we can think of product innovation. If they feel that there is a need of different products, they can also have it. Okay, so ಒಂದು ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವೋ ಸೇಮ್ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದೇ ಪೆನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪೆನ್ನನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಇದೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರು ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಫರ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅವಾಗ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ನೋವೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವಾಗ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ marketing strategies. Marketing strategies. Okay, so we can think of marketing strategies. So what is marketing strategies? So what is this marketing strategies? So try to remember, strategies are used to attract new customers as well as to retain the existing customers. Okay, because we are not living in the monopoly market. We are not there in the monopoly market. Okay, and you are not alone in the market. And we don't think that I am only the producer in the market. I am only the person who is providing service in the market. So there are n number of enterprises, there are n number of markets, and it is the customers who decide about your products, who decide about your services. So we blindly cannot conclude that whatever product I am manufacturing, whatever service I am giving, that is accepted by the customers. No. So we are not living in sales oriented concept. Rather we are living in customers oriented concept. Hoping that you know this thing. We are not living in the era of sales oriented concept. We are living in the era of customers oriented concept, where customers are the king of the market. Okay, and we need all these marketing strategies because of dwindling minds of the customers. Every moment customers thinking, their taste, their preference, it is going to change. The product what you are giving today, that may not be accepted by the customers tomorrow. The service what you are giving today, that may not be accepted by your customers tomorrow. So strategy means find the rules, find the solution, find the ways, find the routes, so that you can attract more number of customers and you can retain the existing customers by giving something different from your rival competitors. So ನಮ್ಮ rival competitors ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೋ ಅವರ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾವು ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ಹೇಗೆ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್, ಎನಿ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಚೇಂಜ್, so that you can retain your existing customers and you can attract new customers. So marketing strategies in case of global enterprises, because you are focusing on the globe. You have one enterprise in one nation and subsidiaries in different nations. In that case, it is very much required this marketing strategies. So ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪನಿ ಇದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರೀಸು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪೆನ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಚಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಯಾಕಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ನಾವು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲೂ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲೂ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್, ರೂಟ್ಸ್, ವೇಸ್, so that we can retain the existing customers and we can attract more number of customers. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೋ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ರಿಟೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸನ್ನು ಅಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅನಲೈಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ you have to analyze the market, whether it is domestic market or global market. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ನಾವು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಏನು ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅವರ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು, ಅವರ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ನಾವು ಸರ್ವಿಸನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್, okay, or multinational companies. Again, some other features are there that we take up in our next classes. So I read once, global enterprises or multinational corporations where we find one enterprise in one nation and subsidiaries in different parts of the nation or different other countries. Okay, because of these global enterprises we can think of huge capital resources, we can think of foreign collaborations, we can tie up with foreign companies so that we can market our products. We can think of advanced technology, we know the role of technology, and because of global enterprises we can think of advanced technology, product innovation, we can innovate new product because of the global market, and even marketing strategies so that we can think of retaining the existing customers and we can attract more number of customers. Okay, so with this I conclude today's class. So next classes I take up some other features of global enterprises. So hoping that all these points are clear to you. So we'll meet for the next classes. Okay, so thank you one and all.